If you are planning to study in London, one of the first questions you will probably ask is, how much does it cost to live in London? In this presentation, I'll break down the typical monthly living expenses and share practical tips to help you manage your budget, make your money go further, and maintain a good quality of life. But the question is, why should you choose to study in London? London is home to nearly 40 higher education institutions, including several highly ranked universities such as Imperial College London and University College London. London offers excellent academic opportunities, a vibrant multicultural and cosmopolitan environment, helping you build an international network of friends and professional contacts, and outstanding career prospects. It also has one of the world's most extensive public transport systems, making it easy to travel across the city. So what does all of this mean for your budget? How much does it cost to live in London? London is one of the world's most exciting cities to study in. However, it is also one of the most expensive. Fortunately, careful budgeting and smart financial decisions can help you enjoy a comfortable and rewarding student life. Taking you back to your visa application, as a part of your application, you were required to demonstrate that you had £1,529 per month available to cover your living expenses. Remember that this is an average budget. Some students spend less, while others will spend a lot more, depending upon their lifestyle and the type of accommodation they choose. Before I go any further, if you need to get in touch with us, our email address is on the screen. There are two main components to your cost of studying in London. First, tuition fee, which will depend upon your fee status and your degree course. Second, your living expenses, which will be impacted by your spending habits, lifestyle, and priorities. First, I'll give you an overview of the typical monthly living costs in London. Then I will share some practical tips on how you can reduce your expenses and stay closer to the lower end of the estimated budget. This table shows the estimated monthly cost of living in London. We will look at each category in turn and discuss ways to reduce these costs where possible. What do you think is the biggest monthly expense for most students in London? If you guessed accommodation, you're right. Your largest monthly expense is likely to be your accommodation, which can vary from £800 to £1,500 depending upon where you're living. Also, if you are an undergraduate student, your accommodation contract will normally require you to pay for a minimum of 39 to 42 weeks. The next major expense is your grocery shopping. Most students spend between £200 and £400 a month on groceries, depending upon how often they cook at home and where they shop. Transport costs can range from £50 to £200 a month, depending upon how far you live from your campus and how often you travel. Mobile contracts will cost you around £10 to £30 per month, but this is another area where you can save. Free Wi-Fi or internet is available throughout your university campus and is usually included in your university accommodation. If you rent privately, however, you may need to contribute towards broadband costs. Entertainment and subscriptions will again depend upon your choices. You can spend from very little to £100 a month or even more. Study material, on average, will cost you around £25 to £50 per month on average. You also have to budget additional costs if your degree requires you to go on fieldwork. On most occasions, heating is included in your rent, but some private accommodations may add extra to your monthly bill. So you should budget for around £30 for this. Laundry can cost you up to £40 to £50 per month if you are living in a hall of residence. Many private rented houses and flats include a washing machine, so you may not have to pay separately for laundry. Cost of clothing is another lifestyle choice which you can reduce. You may also want to set aside some money for your healthcare and well-being. For example, for vitamins and supplements, painkillers, or for your prescription charges if you are living in England and Wales. Spending on recreation is entirely up to you it will depend upon your lifestyle and interests. The costs are more or less the same if you are a postgraduate student, except that you may be required a longer accommodation contract of up to 50 weeks, as postgraduate degrees are longer. At first, these costs may seem overwhelming, but don't worry, thousands of students successfully manage their budget every year. I will discuss the figures in red, where you can significantly reduce your costs. Let's now explore the main accommodation options available to students, together with their advantages and disadvantages. University halls of residence are generally more expensive, but they are mostly closer to the campus, saving you time and travel costs. Most universities offer accommodation in the first year. In your second year, you may decide to share a house or flat with friends you've made during your first year, which will be a cheaper accommodation option. However, if you are living too far away from the campus, then you will need to account for the time taken to travel and travel costs. You can also rent a studio apartment, which is a self-contained room that combines a bedroom, living area and kitchen into one space with a separate bathroom. Studio apartments can be quite expensive, but they give you freedom and privacy. Some students may opt for homestay. This is where you live with a local family. Generally, breakfast is included in your accommodation, and sometimes other meals are also included. Homestay may appear expensive, but overall, it may turn out to be 10 to 15% cheaper than other accommodation types, as your meals are also included. Furthermore, it can also be an excellent way to improve your English and learn about the British culture. Private shared accommodation and homestay may be difficult to arrange in your first year if you are traveling from overseas. So most students go for university accommodation, although it is more expensive. The next major expense is food. The choice of supermarket can make a significant difference to your monthly bill. Here are the main supermarket chains in the UK. I've grouped them in separate boxes based on their prices. First are Aldi and Lidl, then Tesco and Sainsbury's, M&S, Waitrose and Co-op, and then Tesco and Sainsbury's also have their local stores. In addition, there are independent local convenience stores as well. Among these, Aldi and Lidl are the cheapest. Tesco and Sainsbury's are mid-range. M&S and Waitrose are a bit more expensive. In my experience, Co-op can sometimes be even more expensive than M&S and Waitrose for the same products. So for your weekly grocery shopping, try to use larger supermarkets such as Aldi, Lidl, Tesco and Sainsbury's. Let's now look at travel options. You are most likely to use London Underground or buses in London. Some parts of London also have London trams, which run in South and Southwest London. If you travel to East or Southeast London, you will also come across Docklands Light Railway, or DLR. London Overground is another option which connects central London with the suburban areas of London. No matter which part of London you are traveling in, if eligible, try getting an 18+ student Oyster photo card. It provides a 30% discount on adult rate travel cards and seasonal tickets across London's public transport network. It covers the Tube or Underground, DLR, London Overground, Elizabeth Line to Heathrow, and most national rail services. You can also pay for your travel using your credit or debit card by tapping in and out of a station, but this way you will not get a discount. Another important part of your life in the UK will be your mobile phone, which can cost you anything from £10 to £30. Try to choose a monthly rolling contract rather than a long-term contract. This gives you more flexibility and is often cheaper for students. Providers such as Libara often offer excellent value for students. They will give you a monthly contract for £5 to £8 for unlimited calls and text messages and 5 to 10 GB data. Remember, you will need data only when you are out and about. Once you are in the university or your accommodation, you can use the local internet or services such as Eduroam. Let's now talk about clothing. You can bring some clothes with you if you are traveling from overseas, but eventually you will have to shop in the UK for your clothes. You can save money by buying cheaper brands and shop during seasonal sales. You can also purchase good quality used clothes online using apps such as Vinted or from charity shops. Entertainment and subscriptions for things like Amazon Prime and Netflix are again a matter of choice for you. This is where you can save money. Again, for recreation, you can either run or walk for free or get a paid gym membership. If you want to use a gym, try using your institution's facilities as they are likely to be highly subsidized. I will now give you a few money saving tips. As I said before, if you plan carefully, spend wisely, and make the most of the student discounts and opportunities available to you, London can be one of the most rewarding places in the world to study. Live in shared accommodation where possible. Choosing shared accommodation instead of a studio apartment could save you enough money each month to cover your transport and grocery costs. Work where possible. Get cheaper mobile phone contracts. Use your institution's internet instead of paying for it yourself. Cook at home. It is cheaper and healthier. Cooking at home just 3 or 4 nights a week can save you hundreds of pounds over a term. Make your own coffee. A £4 coffee every weekday adds up to around £80 every month. Shop at Aldi or Lidl to get good prices. Buy cheaper clothing brands and during seasonal sales. Minimize entertainment expenses and subscriptions. Make full use of your student discounts. You should get your student discount card from your student union or institution and use it to get discounts in cinemas, restaurants, online shops, transports, and museums. Here are a few things that you should try to avoid. Takeaways and fast food, in particular home deliveries using services such as Uber Eats and Deliveroo. They are not only expensive, they're also unhealthy. Minimize eating out and buying drinks from cafes. Avoid expensive brands unless you get good deals in seasonal sales. Remember, these money-saving tips apply anywhere, not just in London. So is London worth it? In my view, the answer is yes, absolutely. Yes, London is an expensive city, but it also offers world-class education, outstanding career opportunities, and the chance to meet people from all over the world. If you make informed financial decisions and take advantage of the many student discounts available, London can be one of the most rewarding places in the world to study. I hope you have found this presentation helpful. Thank you for watching, and I wish you every success with your studies in London. Please do visit again. Thank you.